Have you ever felt trapped by expensive automation tools that drain your wallet while promising the world? Today I'm going to show you 4 completely different ways to run n8n, from premium official route to clever free setup that most people don't even know exist. And by the end, you will discover my personal configuration that gives me enterprise level automation for less than cost of a coffee subscription. I've spent months testing every possible way to deploy n8n, and what I discovered will completely change how you think about workflow automation. Some methods will cost you hundreds per month. Others are completely free, and one particular approach gives you the perfect balance of power, flexibility, and affordability. Let's start with the official n8n cloud service. This is a premium option that gets you up running in literally 60 seconds. You simply visit n8n.cloud, create an account, and boom, you're automating workflows like a pro. The interface is polished, updates happen automatically, and get official supports when things go wrong. It's having a personal automation assistant that never sleeps. Here's the reality check. This convenience comes with a price tag that scales quickly. You start with a free trial that feels generous until you hit those execution limits. Then you're looking at monthly subscriptions that can easily reach hundreds of dollars as your automation needs to grow. For businesses with deep pockets, this might be the perfect. For everyone else, it's time to explore alternatives. Enter the managed hosting middle ground, and this is where services like Hostinger and Railway becomes game changers. These platforms offer sweet spot between convenience and cost control. With Hostinger, you are getting reliable European hosting infrastructure without the premium n8n cloud pricing. Their one-click deployment gets you running fast, and their support team actually understand what n8n is, which is surprisingly rare in hosting world. Railway takes a different approach via like GitHub repository deployment and other way. But the most part is all of them charges around the same fees to run it for every month. With this, we can directly run n8n that is already installed inside our server, and we don't have to again install, redeploy, or update anything. They take care of everything. We just need to pay $7 every month, and out of all this, I think this can handle most of every task that we can do. The pricing scales with usage rather than arbitrary features limits, which means you pay for what you actually use instead of what some marketing team decided you might need. But what if I told you there is a completely free method that gives you total control? This is where the Docker desktop becomes your secret weapon. Most people think Docker is complicated, but running n8n locally is surprisingly straightforward. You install Docker desktop, go to Docker Hub and search for n8n. You will get an image n8n.io. You need to pull this, and after pulling the image, you just need to run the image, and boom, you have a container created with n8n, and you can access this container anytime you want. The beauty of this approach is unlimited executions, unlimited workflows, and zero monthly fees. You are only limited by your computer's resource, which for most automation tasks is more than sufficient. The downside, your workflows only run when your computer is on, and accessing them remotely requires some technical setup that might intimidate beginners. This brings to my personal setup, which combines the best of all worlds. After testing everything, I landed on a solution that gives me enterprise capabilities at startup prices. I grabbed a virtual private server from Ragnar. You can go to Ragnar, sign up, and after signing up with Ragnar, you can search for this KVM VPS that costs just $22.99 annually, not monthly, annually. This is the most cheapest server you can get. But the downside is the capabilities of these servers are pretty low. But I am saying I've used this for many months. It handles most of my tasks. I have many workflows that is running continuously. It handles many of my tasks. For beginners who are just getting into n8n and who want to learn more and who doesn't want to completely take up all the computer resources that or break their computer, this is the best possible way, and it's very cheap. You need to buy this server, and before buying this server, first we need to get a domain. To get a domain, go to Namecheap. Here you can just type any domain that you want. I went with my name and bought a domain with my name, and after buying the domain, I went to the backend server and to the front end n8n. With that, I have a working n8n that I can access from anywhere, from any computer. But the only thing is, here you need to use Docker Compose in this server to install n8n server. Docker Compose is more like Docker's more sophisticated cousin that handles complex applications with multiple components. My setup includes n8n, a small database performance, and an SSL certificate. The entire configuration lives in a simple text file that I can backup, version control, and replicate anywhere. The result is incredible. I can access my n8n instance from anywhere in the world through a custom domain. My workflows run 24/7 without depending on my laptop being awake. I get unlimited executions, unlimited workflows, and complete control over updates and customizations. When Fracknerd has a server maintenance, I simply migrate my Docker Compose file to another provider in minutes. This whole set cost me like $35 a year. It's not per month or anything. It's per year $35. The technical setup might seem intimidating at first, but it's surprisingly manageable. Once you understand the basics, you're essential running a mini cloud infrastructure that you can completely control. No vendor lock-in, no arbitrary limits, no surprise price increases. But choosing the right n8n deployment method depends entirely on your specific needs, technical comfort level, and budget constraints. The official cloud service excels for quick starts and guaranteed reliability. Managed hosting providers offer the middle ground of convenience and cost control. Local Docker installations provide unlimited free usage with some accessibility limitations. My server approach delivers enterprise grade capabilities at consumer prices but requires initial technical investment. The beautiful thing about n8n is that you can start with any method and migrate later as your needs evolve. Your workflow and configurations transfer seamlessly between deployment methods. Which approach resonates most with your automation goals? Comment.